Kenya gave the worst trip ever, and Mama Joyce came back to let us know Tide ain't worth a dime. Is y'all ready to get into it? Let's go.
Oh yes, bitches and hoes. I'm back.
I drop a player like it's nothing, it ain't working out. Now no debate up for discussion, bitch, I'm walking out. My time is money, I ain't loving, let you toss it out. Flip my weave and walk it out. Look how I just bossed it out. Now come on, baby, why you bugging? We can't talk it out. I keeps it moving, I ain't tripping, lost another spouse. I'm just a boss, it's in my blood, no, I won't scream or shout. Grabbing my keys.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl Voodoo back with a Real Housewives of Atlanta season 15, episode 5, I believe it is, review. Listen, we hanging on by a thread, RHOA. We hanging on by a thread. It's just dry. It's very dry. And Monietta, you done came on here. You're from the city. I was like all up, like, yeah, get Monietta up here. We like Monietta. Girl, you weak. You weak, and I don't like that for you, Monietta, but I'm going to get on you. Let's get into this review. So the episode opens up basically where we left off last week. They all banged on the door. Not really all of them, because I don't think Monietta banged, but the girls banged on the door. Kenya came out there and cussed them out and told them she was going to call the police because she said Brooklyn is in the room. Let me just say this. Everywhere we go, Brooklyn is there. I love Brooklyn. Let me just say that. Ain't nothing wrong. I love Brooklyn. She looks like a sweetie pie. Like she is as sweet as pie. I love Brooklyn. But I don't think that it's fair that every time we go somewhere, we got to be having you take off and disappear because your child here. Everybody got children. Candy and her had the same issue in prior trips in the past because she disappears. That's what she does. Now, does that make it right for them to be banging on the girl though? No, I wouldn't have done that. But the fact that every time we going somewhere, we got to be sympathetic to you because Brooklyn is there. I mean, at some point, we got to be adults and have adult time away from the kids. I get it. You need a village, but that's just how I feel about it. So Marlo in the hallway acting a damn fool as usual, overdoing it, over the top as usual, talking about she tired of Kenya because Kenya do this all the time. Now Monietta is over there trying to take up for her. She even get in her confessional and was like, well, I would like to, just try to take up for Kenya, but she done left me out here for dead. Yes, she did, Monietta. You just seem like a little puppy. You seem like the puppy that just walks around and takes up for everybody that you like because you just want to be one of the girls. It's giving you don't have your own your own jush about yourself. It's given that you one of the girls, you the follower. You the girl that you just gonna go along to get along with the girls that's the it girls. Because you really not that. Monietta, I hate that for you, girl. I hate that for you. Don't get me wrong. I feel like Marlo is annoying as shit. And I think Marlo should have been cussed out the way she was cussed out. However, Monietta, you just seem like a lapdog. And I just don't like that for you. I'm more on the independent side. And I wanted that for you too. But apparently you don't want it for yourself. You just want to take up for Candy when she's not there. Take up for Kenya when she's in the bed and leaving you out there stuck to deal with it by yourself. It don't make no sense. I'm just saying. Nevertheless, they get in the elevator, child. They get in this doggone elevator, and Marlo basically telling Monietta, you just sucking up to Kenya. That's basically what you is. They go back and forth, have a little to-do or whatever. Marlo goes downstairs and slams the door in Monietta's face. Yes, she did. Marlo slammed that damn door. Everybody see it. Production gonna be messy. They gonna play the playback to show that Marlo, in fact, did slam the door on Monietta. Now, Monietta, the only problem I have is you went, following behind her, yelling and all that in the doggone lobby or whatever, and it was giving like you were scared. Y'all scared of Marlo? So I want to know that because Marlo be going in on the girls, and the girls don't be getting Marlo together or at least threatening to bop her upside her head. Y'all got to be scared of Marlo or something. She must be a big girl. She must be a big girl. But anyway, they go downstairs. They're talking on the phone. Kenya's on the phone because Monietta called her. And Kenya basically said the girls that are not in her core group of friends need to go home. Who is that? That basically means Courtney, Sanya, and doggone Marlo, obviously. She just ready for them to go home. And I'm just sitting here going like, girl, this is the worst trip ever. Bad enough we over here in the boondocks. And then you won't have us come out here and say we got to go home? Girl, bye. But, it was funny because Sanya gets the phone, girl, and Sanya was like, Kenya, we was just trying to figure out what you wanted, what we was doing out here, girl. Kenya said, you could go home, Sanya. Just go home. Girl, Sanya, you so lame, girl. It just be killing me, girl. The way that girl told you could just go home. Now, I give you this. You packed your things and you left, as you should. However, the way she just told you to go home, girl, that floored me, okay? That literally floored me. But she got up and packed her things or whatever to go home, while the girls try to get clarity to see what's going on with doggone Kenya. But Kenya's still mad because they was banging on her door. And Sheree tried to talk to her and all of that. Marlo and them outside trying to talk. Courtney went outside to try to talk to Marlo and talk Marlo down. But Marlo was like, basically, Monyetta is tied in through Anita's storyline, baby. Her storyline is basically running behind the girls. And the girls are Kenya and Candy. Girl, listen, let me tell y'all something. Like I said before, Monyetta, it's giving tired. It's giving lapdog. I don't like this for you. It's not a good look. It's not a good representation for the city of the people of the New Orleans. I don't like it. I don't like it, okay? Anyway, so after Marlo got her drink, her and Courtney head back on into the hotel lobby, girl. Well, Monyetta was sitting there talking to Sheree, talking about she gonna call Ray Ray and them. And she got them on speed dial. Her cousin's around the corner. I guess to go around there and bop, what's that girl, Marlo, upside her head. But Marlo just laughed in her face. Girl, Marlo was like, girl, bye. Girl, ain't nobody hearing that, girl. Bye. Like, nobody's even threatened by that. Monyetta, like I said, it's just a poor representation for me. You know what I'm saying? I just don't like this for you, Monyetta. Monyetta must have went to private school or something. I don't know. But anyway, after Sanya came down, tried to talk again, you know, after she done packed her things, she basically came down there and was like, man, look, we just wanted to know what we was doing. We didn't know what was going on. And Kenya was still on the phone, girl. And when she went to ask Kenya something, girl, Kenya said, wait, who is this? I said, oh my God. You know, Kenya, one thing about her, the shade, she gonna do. The shade is what she gonna do. But I was like, oh my God, Sanya, just grab your things and go home, girl. Just go home, Fed. Don't worry about it. You know, maybe another trip. Just go home. I know she did you dirty at the Jamaica trip. I know you feel like she's being professional or unethical or however you want to say she is. But just go ahead and pack your things. For that heifer to say, who is this speaking? I said, oh my God. Yeah, just grab your things and head on out, Fat. You got something to do in the morning anyway. But Marlo sends Kenya a nasty text basically telling Kenya that she's a rude MFer and then put XOXO. She's really bipolar. But anyway, she gets in her confessional and said, Monyetta eat more ass or kiss more ass than Kenya eat. And I said, OMG, let's move on. Drew got the flu. Let's move on. So now Candy go down there to check on Ty because Ty got a new production or movie or whatever it is he trying to do. He claims that he's doing this show and it's Candy's time basically to come down there and help him. Now Candy's a busy girl. She ain't got time to be sitting down playing with Ty, but she gonna go ahead on and give him her little undivided attention for now or whatever. But he makes a joke hollering about, because he's on the phone with his producer or co-producer, executive producer, I don't know, talking about he gonna have Candy audition for a role. And Candy said, baby, she got 4 movies trying to book her. She don't need to audition because they ain't even want her to audition. And you know, I be watching The Shy. Candy, I don't know about that. You might want to start auditioning. Who are these movies and who are the people that's trying to get you down there just for the name? That's all I could see. But anyway, Ty brings out the prop for his new movie, and the movie is called The Pass, and it's about basically a couple who give each other a pass to go out there and cheat or sleep with whoever they want, and they ain't even tripping. Why is y'all telling us y'all real life Candy and Ty? Why? And you know, for the life of me, y'all too small and short for us to even be thinking about y'all like that. Of course, that's what the movie about. That's all y'all talk about. You and Ty. That's all y'all talk about. It drives me insane. But anyway, so y'all go check out the movie The Past, child. They probably gonna be doing auditions down there in Atlanta or something for people to come down there and shake a leg or a tail feather, make it like some old Pandora's box or something like that from back in the day. I don't know what the hell they gonna do. But anyway, she's looking at the sign and he said he made the sign because he wanted to visualize it to make it come true. Now I give him that. A lot of times you have to manifest things through visualization. So he went made his pass, use a little bit more Candy money to, make a pass. But now when they sit down, he get mad because Candy's still booked and busy and she texting. And Candy said, baby, look, I'm trying, okay? But he wants her undivided attention. But they did have a conversation about Mama Joyce. And girl, she said, basically that Mama Joyce keeps basically dragging Todd all through the streets, and she hadn't mentioned anything to her. So Mama Joyce hadn't mentioned anything to Candy, I'm sorry, since the BravoCon, to basically address the fact that she was down there BravoCon dragging Todd. And Todd said, his oldest daughter is getting tired of it. She's just getting sick of it. He said, and he don't want Ace and what's the youngest baby name, Blaze, to see that their grandma was talking bad about their daddy. Girl, them children ain't gonna be fazed by that. Todd, they're not gonna be fazed by that. They'll be just fine. But anyway, Candy says she's gonna fix it this time. She's gonna talk to Mama Jers. And she's going to put her foot down. She's not going to be patient. She's tired of being as patient as Todd is. She's ready after 9 years of marriage, that is. So probably 12 altogether. But after all these years, she is tired of Mama Jers going down there dragging her man, because that's her man. How Nene says she be going, my man. Yeah, she tired of people dragging her man, and she tired of her mama doing it, and today it stops. That's what Candy said. Girl, good luck. Let's move on. So now we move to the next scene. Kenya ended up, in fact, calling 911, but this time it wasn't to get Marlo kicked out. She said she was having I don't know, it sounded like a panic attack to me, but she said she was having chest pains and stuff in her arms or whatever. So she went down to the hospital via the EMS. Now, Sheree was able to hear this because her room is next door. So she came out and was able to see that Kenya was going to the emergency room. So this is a cause for concern for Sheree, because she didn't expect anything like that to be happening. You know what I mean? Especially on their trip. She then, once Kenya leaves to go to the hospital, gathers all the girls to have the girls come up to her room to give them basically an update on the fact that Kenya was rushed to the hospital, via EMS. And the girls are shocked. They're like, oh my God, we didn't think it was this bad. Like, what's going on? Like, we didn't know anything was wrong with her. Sheree tells the girls that Kenya is getting a chest x-ray, and that's the most update that she had. So they wanted to call Kenya to FaceTime her to make sure that she's okay. So they FaceTime Kenya. Kenya says she's still waiting on the results of her test, but she did have a fever of 102. So it sounds like she's got the flu or something like that. And it's just like, y'all some sickly girls this year. I don't know why. Maybe it could be because some of juice that was put in people, but I don't know about all that. You know what I'm saying? But y'all some sickly girls this year. But it's crazy because during this, Marlo is all of a sudden has a change of heart, and now she feels bad for Kenya. Marlo, you are bad shit crazy. You batshit crazy. I'm talking about she praying for the girl. Come on, we gotta pray. Oh, that's our friend. Girl, what is wrong with you, Marlo? Marlo might have a imaginary friend, or maybe she bipolar or schizophrenic, where she, turned into different people and the voices in her head kind of guide her movements. I don't know what it is, but something is really off and wrong with Marlo. It's really insane at this point. Something is really off. But anyway, after the girls say a prayer, because Kenya told them, y'all can't come up here to the hospital to see me. I don't want you around here. Whatever the case may be. I guess Marlo and Monietta decides to have her come to Jesus, and Marlo wants to now hug it out with Monietta and start all over. Girl, something is really wrong with Marlo. There's no way. I would have to be done with her and wash my hands with her, because she really is crazy. Now, Monietta get up there and holler. At first, she didn't want to hug or whatever, but then she ended up saying she's a good person, so she'll give Marlo a hug. I'm like, girl, y'all gonna be back and forth on this thing every day. This is a seesaw with doggone Marlo. But anyway, so she decides to accept her apology, but it brings up the fact of the door slam again. And she asked Marlo, she was like, you really was this close from hitting me with that door. I ain't appreciate that. And apparently, Sheree did a doggone test to see if basically Marlo slammed the door or if the door was just heavy. And apparently last night she did the test, and she was trying to convince Monietta that, Marlo didn't in fact slam the door, that the door was just heavy. Girl, Monietta, I know you're gonna watch this and you're gonna see the truth. Cuss her out and do as you please. Let's move on. So we move to the next scene, which is the best scene, because we got little Brooklyn. She is just sweet as pie. Brooklyn looks like she is sweet as pie. But anyway, before we get to Brooklyn, so apparently Sheree goes over there and to check on Kenya and bring her a little care bag or goodie bag or whatever you want to call it of stuff, because she's still sick, acting a damn fool or whatever the case may be. And in comes Brooklyn. She is so cute. Listen, Brooklyn is a ray of sunshine. I don't know what it is about that child, but that child is a gorgeous child. I see why Kenya don't be want to be around her, but I still feel like she needs to get a sitter or something to where she can work, basically. Nevertheless, Brooklyn comes in, do her little karate moves, girl, lighten up the room, girl. I was like, I love Brooklyn. But after that, Sheree discussed with Kenya the fact that she's having fibroids and she's having the issue. But she said the surgeries is a lot. So Kenya could relate because Kenya had fibroid surgery a few times. And Sheree's whole thing is, oh, well, I don't want to keep going back and forth for surgery because everybody out here say they got to go back a couple times. So she found somebody who do it a natural way. And she's had results where people have had their fibroids shrink so much to where they don't need the surgery. So that's the route Sheree's trying to go. Now, Sheree is trying to make a whole joke talking about she got to go 6 weeks without having sex if she have the doggone surgery, as if she's getting piped down like that. Sheree, girl, bye. You are not getting piped down like that. And the reason we know that, because when Tyrone came home after that long stint in jail, after you josed him for 38 years or whatever the case may be, you wasn't even hopping on that pogo stick. Girl, make it make sense. Anyway, she do a little quick little joke, Kiki, acting like she's expecting, but it didn't work because, girl, Sheree, we all know you are over that hill. Let's move on. Now we are at the best part. Mama Jerse pulled up on Candy. Now, Mama Jerse said she don't be coming around there like that. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, we finding out they hadn't spoke since the whole, you know, BravoCon thing where Mama Jerse was dragging Ty for filth. You know what I'm saying? But Mama Jerse is back with a new wig and a new attitude, and I'm here for it. I like the wig on. I like that on Mama Jerse. It's giving Tina Turner. You know, you must understand the pulse of your hand makes my pulse react, or something like that. But anyway, so yeah, Mama Jerse sit down and said she ain't been around there in a while, you know, and Candy was like, well, you ain't been around here, you know, because you just been staying away. And she said, well, I don't really care to be coming around here like that. Like, I don't, you know, whatever. So anyway, Candy talks to her about the viral clip of Mama Jerse dragging Ty for filth. And Mama Jerse, and she basically asked Mama Jerse, she was like, why you keep dragging my man? Why you always got something bad to say about my man? And Mama Jerse was like, well, I'm not gonna lie. If they ask me the question, I'm gonna answer it truthfully. I'm not gonna lie. And I said what I said, and I feel how I feel. You know what I'm saying? Mama Jerse feel like Ty need to just lighten up. It is what it is. She gonna speak her mind. But Candy was like, well, why you don't never talk about when he do something good or when he do something nice? And Mama Jerse said, I don't know when he do something nice because I don't be coming around here to see that. And furthermore, he ain't doing all that good. And this is basically why I don't come around here. Well, Candace said you don't come around because when you come around, it's negative energy. You don't never be saying hey to Ty. Mama Jerse said every time I come, Ty be in the bed sleeping. And Candace said, yeah, that's because you bringing that negative energy. And Mama Jerse said that's fine, but he not teaching Ace how to take out the trash. And that's what a man should be doing. A man's supposed to take his 6-year-old son and show him how to help around the house and take out the trash. But Candy got money, Mama Jerse. You know, she's going to raise children who come up under a certain privilege where they don't have to do certain things like that. Now, if it were me, and again, I'm not one to talk because I am not in Candy's shoes, I still would want my children to have some sense of normalcy as it comes to like chores and stuff like that. But again, I'm not in her shoes. Candy feels like, you know, girl, my children don't have to take no trash out. I pay people to do that. Like, and furthermore, that's my man. You know what I'm saying? So you need to just learn to accept that. It's been 9 years of marriage now. You're going to have to stop here, Miss Jerse, Mama Jerse. That's what she was saying, Mama Jerse, you're going to have to stop. It's been 9 years. That's my man, and I'm going to stick beside him, and I ain't going nowhere, and he ain't going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Candy even tried to doggone compromise and be like, Mama Jerse, you don't think the kids going to feel some type of way when they grow up and see their grandma was dragging their daddy for filth? And Mama Jerse said, girl, look, I said what I said. Them children gonna be just fine. They ain't gonna feel no type of way because I was dragging their daddy. They're gonna be just fine. Mama Jerse even goes on to say, you know, Ty not doing what a man should do. Candy was like, Mama, you always talking about what a man should do. What about your man? What your man do? And Mama Jerse said, well, baby, I ain't got no man. But she was just saying, you know, in any household, the acceptable things for a man should do. But Candy was like, just stop going in on my man. Like, let him live, Mama. I do not believe that Candy was stern enough in her approach with telling Mama Joyce to leave Todd alone. I feel like Mama Joyce still gonna give another interview and say what she said and be unapologetic about it because Candy is just not giving, you not playing no more. It's giving Mama, please stop, and it's giving Mama Jer saying, "I'ma say what I say." Period. Just period. Listen, like Candy said, I'm not, me and you don't like the same things. You just gonna have to come to the terms and accept the fact that I like my man the way I like my man. Short with a big head, like you said. Remember when they first met and Mama Jers was like telling Phaedra, why would you hook Candy up with him? He short with a big head, she short with a big head, and they just gonna have children that short with a big head, girl. But Candy said she liked what she liked. And she even offered her mama to go to therapy. She said, Mama, I think we should all sit down with a counselor so we can learn how to be better. And Mama Jers said she don't mind doing that. And I said, Mama Jers, girl, I would love to see them therapy sessions. We need another episode for that. Let's move on. Now, I know this is out of sequence, but I forgot to add this scene. But the girls got up the next day to leave after Kenya told them, don't worry about it, they can't come. And they finds out to get updates that basically the girl just had a fever. She gonna be all right. But basically, Marlo says she called down to the hospital to send flowers, and Kenya was out of there faster than she could check in. She said 30-something seconds, and Kenya was checked out. I said, oh. I don't know. I think, because Kenya missed her performance. She didn't even get to perform, and she felt bad because she said she wanted to go to HBCU. She's always wanted to do something like that, pass out her products or whatever the case may be. And the fact that she missed that opportunity, it really messed with her. Do y'all believe that Kenya really had an issue like that warranted the emergency room? Or do y'all think Kenya could have just had a panic attack? Or do y'all think Kenya was just doing the most? Because I just don't understand. Y'all did a whole turnaround trip to Alabama for nothing. All of y'all. Girl, I would have been so mad they got me out my house with that BS, girl. But anyway, yeah, Sheree said, not Sheree, Marlo said the girl was in and out like the doggone burger. Let's move on. So now in the last scene, Kenya, Sheree, and Drew go out to get vitamin drips because they all sick as dogs. I don't know what the hell going on, but they need to be away from each other if they pass around sickness like that. But anyway, Sheree used this opportunity to confront Drew about that interview, and it's on my TikTok, so I know she said it. But she's asking her why you went on the Ricky Smiley show and told them you couldn't get no She by Sheree, girl. Why did you lie on me? Talking about I didn't give nobody no merch or whatever. Basically, Drew was like, well, I didn't say you confiscated everything. Yes, you did, Drew. You literally did. And the production played it back. You literally said you almost had your hands on some She by Sheree and it was gone just like that. But she said she wanted a bag and Sheree said that was her personal bag. Sheree, I'm calling Cap. I do not believe for 1 second that girl couldn't get that bag because that was your personal bag. If you giving out merch, why is your personal stuff mixed in with the stuff you giving out? Girl, is she by nothing? But Sheree says she don't believe her. You know what I'm saying? She feels like she, lied and went on there and tried to drag her little brand through the dirt. But Drew, you did. I just feel like you should have stood on it. Now, I know you made a joke talking about you still didn't get nothing and all of that. And, it's cool and that's fine and dandy, but you should have stood on it and said, girl, because I didn't get nothing. Nah, I said what I said. Even if you would have lied, you should have just said it. But she said she checked on her recently and it was real genuine. She didn't want her to think that it was something on no fake stuff. And Sheree was just like, all right, girl, whatever. You could just go ahead on and shop on my site. Girl, Sheree, you just got it up right before the season started. Girl, stop. But anyway, the girls get to talking about what happened on the trip. And Drew filled them in about what actually happened between Marlo and her when Marlo yelled in her face. And basically, Drew was just like, she got mad because I wouldn't use the word pow pow. And she said, but I'm from Chicago. We don't use that word. Girl, what? Drew, what? What? Girl, that's what be making me want Bob Drew upside the head. Because she just said the worst, dumbest. You can tell she never... Drew, I could put my neck on it. Drew did not grow up in the hoods of Chicago. She did not grow up in the slums. She might grow up in the city limits, but she did not grow up in the hood. You know what I'm saying? But, basically, Sheree was like, didn't know that Marlo stood over Drew and was like basically being aggressive and all of that, and she had to clear that up. But they tried to clear up the story about her nephew, and they came to the conclusion that I came to last week or the week this stuff happened that had nothing to do with Candy Shop. Now, should Candy have called and give condolences or whatever the case may be? That's up for interpretation and perspective, but ultimately it didn't happen on the grounds of the OLG. So why is you putting Candy on that, and putting that on Candy like as if she's the person that needs to be held accountable? No, ma'am. But anyway, girl, They said they're gonna bury the hatchet. And Kenya, the first one, the main one, talking about she gonna bury the hatchet and ready to move on, and and let bygones be bygones. But as we see in the foreshadowing of the show, Kenya gonna be starting all the stuff to where Candy's once again making idle threats, saying that she wanna choke a bitch or something like that, something of that nature. Anyway, that was the end of the doggone episode, girl. It's getting dry, Real Housewives of Atlanta. Y'all hanging on by a thread. Tread light, RHOA, tread light. Drop down in the comments and let me know what y'all thought. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, follow me on TikTok, and I'll see you hoes later. Bye.
Mr. Carroll, how you give the voodoo doll time to talk? I don't get no fucking time to talk.
Who the voodoo doll is?
The nigga you just had up here.